Alright, everybody, we're tier listing presidents today. Yeah, so just a quick little warning here. I'm not qualified to do this. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying I'm a historian. I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means. This is just for my fun and your enjoyment. Please don't get mad at me in the comments. This is my own personal opinion. If you have a personal opinion like this that you would like to share, please do. Post your own video like this. But this is my video, and I'm doing this for fun. These are my own personal opinions. This is for entertainment purposes only. And again, I'm not an expert. Alright, with that said, let's get right into it. So we're gonna kick it off right from the top here with our boy George Washington here. So I feel like it's a pretty easy S tier. The only thing that kind of puts into question a little bit is that he did own slaves. And, I know this is brought up a lot. Can he really be the president of all the American people when, thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of them are slaves? Well, kind of 50-50. But, yeah, obviously the whole slave thing was not very good. Not very PogChamp, as the kids say. But overall, I do feel like he did a good job. Led us through the revolution, didn't seek out too much power, didn't run too many times. He did pretty alright. Alright. So yeah, let's move on to our next president, Mr. John Adams here. I'm gonna go John Adams in... I don't think he's F tier, but I don't think he makes it... I'm gonna go D. Because, he kind of sucked. Like, he just wasn't... He just kind of sucked, He believed that the wealthy, top 1% class should have a lot of control, and yeah, he did believe in checks and balances. He didn't really do anything to further, stopping he didn't really do a whole lot to stop slavery or even try to stop it. Kind of a soy boy move, honestly. Just not a very cool dude overall. So yeah, I feel pretty solid putting him in D tier there. Let's go Jefferson next. So Jefferson, pretty cool dude, I'd say. I'd say pretty cool. I don't know if he's A tier. I'd say he's a solid B tier though. I mean, he's got his name's Thomas, right? So that's already pretty cool. But also, in favor of power for the people, was he the best? Not in my opinion, but he was pretty good. Actually, no, I thought about it for like a minute or two there, and just because of how much he pushed the Declaration of Independence, he's going into A tier. Yeah, all right, we've upgraded Jefferson to A tier. All right. All right, next up we got Andrew Jackson. I'm not gonna lie, not a big fan of Stonewall Jackson. The whole Trail of Tears thing. Where is he on this list? The fuck? Oh, there he is. Yeah, not gonna lie, whole Trail of Tears thing, not so poggers, guys. Not so cool. I kind of wish that he had not done that and perhaps decided that Native Americans, were humans who deserved rights. And sure, he wasn't the only one who did that. Yeah, I know a lot of U.S. presidents didn't believe that Native Americans had rights for like a long time, like probably still now to some degree. Yeah, so for his war efforts, I might put him in D tier, although he's a D minus. He would be an F if he weren't like a war hero. Yeah, so yeah, just not a very cool guy. All right, next up we got Franklin Pierce. 14th president of the United States, and yeah, just not gonna lie, not a top G. Believe that slavery was like a big threat, and the abolitionist movement was terrible. I'm gonna have to put him in D tier, right with our buddy 8Ls over here. Just not a very cool guy overall. Yeah, I mean, I feel like putting Franklin Pierce any higher would be kind of not fair. Just given to how against abolition, how against abolitionists he was. He couldn't ease the tensions over slavery like at all, and he didn't unite the country either. So yeah, just not a very cool guy. But yeah. All right, next up we got James Buchanan. And first off, that's a really cool name. Like, I'm not gonna lie, James Buchanan, sick name. Sick name. All right, anybody who says otherwise is lying. Now, he was morally against slavery, which I think is good. But you know, I feel like he definitely could have done better. He was, you know, trying his very best to not let the Civil War break out. But, I mean, all he did was kind of further the tensions in terms of the Union. Yeah, he did believe slavery was protected under the Constitution, which is just not a cool thing to believe, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put James Buchanan in C tier. Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable. Alright, in the moment you've all been waiting for, Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States, straight to F tier. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm putting Abraham Lincoln in S tier. You know, obviously, Emancipation Proclamation, pretty cool thing, if you ask me. So yeah, that's one of the things that's putting him in S tier. And then also, just as the way he unified the United States, the way he tried to, I mean, he ensured and he literally framed us up like, no, we're one country, you can't be the Confederacy. Just really successful in trying to keep morale high. And a lot of really intelligent plays in terms of politics, like having a Southerner as his vice president. Yeah, so overall, really successful president. Yeah, definitely an S tier. Next up, we have, of course, Andrew Johnson, who came in after, you know, Lincoln was shot in the head. I was trying to come up with a funny joke about that, but I couldn't think of anything. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of a funny joke about him getting shot in the head, so sorry. But yeah, so let's see, Andrew Johnson. Now, big states' rights guy, probably because that's why Lincoln had him be vice president, because he could help to unify the country a little bit better. I'm going to have to put him in C or D tier. No, I'm putting him in D tier. Maybe even F. D or F. D or F, D or F, D or F. E, me, miny, mo. Oh, wait, no, that song's racist. I guess I'll put him in like a D minus. I might change. No, I'll put him a D. I might change my mind later. Basically, he kind of sucked. Big states' rights guy. You know, so that's not very cool. Just very old-fashioned in terms of his beliefs against progress. Nobody liked him like at all in terms of like the Congress members. He almost got impeached until he bribed someone to not get impeached. So not a very cool guy. I may put him in F tier later. I don't know. I guess we'll see. If at the end of this list I only have 2 presidents in here, I'll put them in F tier. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that feels fair to me. Next up, we got Ulysses S. Grant, and I actually think Ulysses S. Grant is a pretty cool president, mainly because of his name. And I know I'm judging a lot of these presidents based off their name, but like honestly, just such a tough name, like Ulysses S. Grant. You know, something's just so much cooler about Y's than L's. But yeah, so Ulysses S. Grant, you know, just fought against the Confederacy, war hero, which always makes sure to get you some extra points when it comes to being elected as president. So yeah, I feel pretty confident when I put him in. Do I? Okay, am I gonna put Ulysses S. Grant in B tier or A tier? I feel like I'm gonna put him in B tier. That may be controversial, but I feel like B tier is fair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's gonna go in B tier. Alright, next up we got Woodrow Wilson. Now, Woodrow Wilson sucks. He's ass. F tier, automatically. That's, like, indisputed, it seems like. Or, undisputed. Like, racist, against civil rights, hypocritical, xenophobic. Just, like, a shitty dude, you know? You're like, yeah, the LA Times says that he, quote, failed to stand up for civil rights and, was responsible for a large part of the revival of the Ku Klux Klan in the 1920s. Now, I hated Woodrow Wilson for a long time, but more recently, especially with a lot more attention being called to him, I've just hated him more. The guy he kind of fucking sucks. Yeah, so he's going F tier. I would put him in F minus, but there is no F minus, so yeah, he's going F tier. Okay, next up, FDR. I know some of you guys are gonna get mad at me for this, but he is going in S tier. Alright, look, I know, Japanese internment camps, very not cool. Alright, but like, I got some bad news for you guys. The following presidents were like all racist. I'm sorry. I'm not excusing it. Great economic policies, much more fair for the average American person. It helped us out of the Great Depression in a lot of ways, created government programs, helped people get jobs. He was a good president in a lot of ways. And yeah, the Japanese internment camp thing, not excusable. But like, Lincoln also hung Native Americans. Alright, are we just gonna disregard that and put him in D tier with all the other Native American haters? Look, I'm not gonna lie, not cool things, okay? Not cool. But we do have to take this with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of a contemporary lens taken off and kind of understand it from a perspective of the day and, you know, the time and the climate that it was. Not excusing it, but overall a pretty great president. All right, please don't cancel me. I'm sorry. All right. We also just gonna do, you know, William Harding real quick. You know, I know I went out of order there. He sucks. He was ass. D tier. Not a good guy. Scandal. Fucking sucked ass. Whatever. Alright, D tier. Next up we got Herbert Hoover here. Now, was known for Hoovervilles. Not really cool, you know? The whole, hey, there are a bunch of poor people here. Let's name it a Hooverville because of how shit his economic policies are. I know D tier is getting really crowded, but I feel like Hoover belongs in there too. Yeah. Solid D tier. Alright, next up we got Coolidge. Now, Coolidge is actually okay, because he did sign in, like, an act that made, like, all Native Americans, you know, citizens, which is pretty cool. I guess I go with him as B tier. I feel like he was pretty solid in that aspect. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels reasonable. I know there were a lot of scandals, but it was a pretty strong economy overall. So, I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like B tier is pretty reasonable. So next up we have Truman, and Truman did drop the atomic bomb. Not cool, but he also got a lot done. And for the role that he had, having to take up the role of president after FDR's death, something just so striking to the nation as a whole, I feel like he did an okay job. Again, not a fan of the nuclear bombs being dropped. But yeah, I feel like he can sit relatively comfortably in C tier. Next up we got Eisenhower. Civil Rights Act for the military, so I feel like he goes in B tier for that. Pretty good overall, you know. Yeah, promoted establishment of strong science education, which is good. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I am, alright? That's the only thing I could remember, military guy. So yes, I am reading off Wikipedia right now. Sue me, alright? Whatever. Yeah, but overall, looks like he did pretty well. So yeah, I feel like he can be a B tier. Yeah, so B tier, B plus. Yeah. All right, JFK. I think he's gonna go in A tier. Now, he was known for sleeping around a little bit, and is that my business? No. Of course not. I mean, the guy bagged Marilyn Monroe, which is kind of a surprise, kind of not. 50-50. He did have his brains blown out too, for being kind of ridiculous and just, you know, could have ridden with the hood on, you know. Whatever. I'm not victim blaming here. A tier president, great policies overall. Whole Cuban Missile thing was a little, but yeah. And when the CIA did kill him, you know, at that point he had a pretty strong legacy. So yeah. So next up we have Lyndon B. Johnson, Civil Rights Act. Pretty cool stuff. Took over after JFK here. Got, you know, got his, noggin exploded over the street. Which is a good thing overall, to have that in there. Yeah, so I feel like he's a pretty comfortable B tier. With the whole Civil Rights Act. Major tax cuts aren't usually my favorite thing, because they do seem to benefit the wealthy predominantly, which I don't think is something that I generally, favor. But yeah, solid overall. Definitely going in B tier there. Alright, next up we got Nixon, and Nixon's going D tier immediately here. Just not a good president overall. War on drugs, adamantly racist, just not a chill dude at all, ever. Yeah, I mean, so he's going in D tier for me pretty easily here. Just, if you weren't so adamant about locking black men up for nothing, he'd be ranked higher. And yeah, so he's gonna go D tier. So next up is Ford. He pardoned Nixon, so kind of a soy boy. Not as bad as Nixon though, so he's going C tier. Yeah, I mean, he's whatever. I don't really like him very much, again, because he shouldn't have pardoned Nixon. He presided over a pretty terrible economy overall, so yeah, he's gonna go C tier. Alright, next up we got Jimmy Carter. And Jimmy Carter, he tried his best, and that's why he's going in A tier. Nice, genuine person, gets shat on a lot. He lost the election to Reagan. So yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, Reagan rode his coattails for certain advancements that he got credit for, which wasn't entirely fair. He's all right though. He tried. He's getting A tier. I know it seems like it's a sympathy A, but he really did do some. Just voice crack. He really did do some good things though. Reagan, D tier. I know the Republicans are gonna hate me for this. Just, no, dude. Reaganomics were shit, alright? They were a failure. The poor got poorer, the rich got richer. Trickle-down economics were a joke. He continued the war on drugs in ways that he shouldn't have. Yeah, just not a good guy. Overall, not a good president. Next up, we got Bush Sr. Didn't love his economic policies. Not my favorite president. Not really a strong character. I mean, Disabilities Act was good, I guess, Clinton. Bill Clinton is going in B+. Now, did he perhaps get, quote, caught lacking, as the kids say? Yeah, he did. But I feel like you can't just overlook that just because, one time he slipped up, or slipped it in, I guess would be better terminology. Alright, we got Bush Jr. here, D tier. Stupid. I mean, like, let's be honest here, he just really wasn't all that intelligent comparatively. Not my favorite guy, just don't really like him much. Not great economic policies. He shouldn't be president, also. I should have gone to Al Gore. Don't like him. Obama. B tier. Okay, please don't hate me in the comments, alright? I know I'm gonna get shit from both sides for this. Obamacare was good. His economic policies I thought were good. I do understand a lot of his failures in terms of immigration. And, the whole, bomb Middle East, I've always been kind of against. In the whole, stimulus package, I do feel like was a pretty good thing overall. So he's going B tier for me. Please don't get mad at me. It'll make me cry. Trump, D tier. Much more confident in this answer. I did not like his immigration policy. I did not like his wall. I did not like how he wanted to spend taxpayer dollars. I did not like... You know what? No. F tier. I didn't like his comments. I didn't like, he says such stupid things time and time again. It was ridiculous, dude. Seriously. I didn't like that he lied about everything. Again, wall, taxpayer money, immigration, blatant lies, transphobia in the military. Just all of that, I felt like culminated into what created a very poor president. Biden. Not S, not A. below B. I feel like he's C. I feel like Biden's C tier because, you know, he's just kind of a middle of the road guy. I understand he's trying. Well, I don't really want to pity him. I pity Jimmy Carter just because he's Jimmy Carter, but Biden, he's all right. You know, I feel like he has handled some things well. In a lot of ways, like I feel like in a lot of ways he's handled the Russia-Ukraine conflict pretty well. He's handled COVID pretty well overall too. I feel like he could do better in a lot of aspects by just not being a soy boy and actually acknowledging what he really wants instead of bending over backwards to try to please both parties while also just massively favoring Democrats every single time. I feel like he's trying to be something that he's not a lot of the time. It's just kind of annoying to watch him, you know. I wish he would just be himself and not try to come off as a younger, more progressive candidate when he's really not, and he just seems to try to do a lot of things that I feel like he doesn't need to try to do, and he should just be straightforward about it. Also, another thing about him, the whole, you know, oh, I voted against busing for African Americans, and it was a compromise, I swear, it was fair for everybody, I was just trying to do my best. Yeah, not my favorite there. The whole segregation thing, not very cool. But overall, C tier, I feel like he's done relatively well, given the circumstances that he was thrown into. I mean, the world's been kind of going to shit. It's not his fault for gas prices entirely. He did have some contributing factors to that, though. He has tried to help, though, by getting out oil reserves and stuff. But yeah, overall, C tier. Alright, that's my president tier list. This took me a long time to do because I don't know who half of these motherfuckers are. And don't lie, you didn't know who fucking Chester A. Arthur was either. Alright, you can give me a break. But yeah, so, yeah, that's it for now. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a hate comment down below, as I'm sure half of you have already done. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.